everyone, Christina here. I'm back and it's day 3 and I'm here with my partner in happiness, and this is Jasper. If you saw my second video, you heard me talking about that I have quite the Instagram dog star. Yes, Jasper, he's not looking at you right now because he's kind of overloaded on too much publicity today, but he is a French bulldog and he is just the best dog in the world, and he's really played a huge part in just kind of keeping me out of dark spots and in a happy place. French bulldogs are really clowns. They're funny dogs. They're real sensitive, but on the same token, they're like clowns. So they really just, he doesn't like really accept any nonsense of, I'm depressed or whatever. I'm not going to say a lab would or something, but he's just like, you better get out of bed and throw that ball or else. They're funny dogs. Anyway, he's amazing. I don't know how long he'll stay, but while he's here, Jasper, look at the camera just for a minute. Oh, there he is. There he is, that gorgeous boy. Anyway, so on yesterday's yesterday's coverage, I did an intro into the bullying aspect of this channel. I'm going to be concentrating, as I told you, on two things: my experience, my personal experiences, spanning a 40-year span of both bipolar 1 and bullying. Now, I did not get bullied for 40 years. Let's keep that correct and clear. I was bullied for 2 years, and actually, no, let me correct that. I was bullied as a child for 2 years, but later in life, I did encounter a bullying situation, and it was pretty devastating as well, but I handled it. But today I would like to shed some light into my bipolar disorder. I'm gonna really keep as far as the diagnosis and symptoms right now. I'm not gonna go deep into that because being bipolar is complicated enough, and when you've got, and there's so many range of symptoms and DSMs and current episodes that it just really is it wouldn't be fair to do that, because I know when I was in college I was studying psychology, and it was then that I was going, but I have this and I have that and I have this and I have that, and it kind of, I thought, I can't do this. Anyway, it's kind of like that for me to try to feel comfortable talking to someone about being bipolar. So as far as my diagnosis went, when I was 16 and a half or so, just randomly out of the blue, I became extremely moody, and for no reason whatsoever that I could fathom, I tried to take my life, and there was no reason. It was just random. Well, I was ordered one of two choices. I was ordered to either go to juvenile hall or to have, and of course they pumped my stomach, but or to have therapy. Therapy, please. And so I did. And it was at that time during the therapy that they had decided that that I had a case of manic depression, which, most of us have heard that manic depression and bipolar disorder are kind of one and the same now. Okay, well, so I never was put on medication at that time. Nor can I say I really needed it. My profession, I went to college, did well, was never a great student, but was not a bad student. But I was heavily involved in competitive show horses and later race horses. Now, that's a very physical sport, and I was very good at it, and that was a very lucky thing for me. But while being so involved in that sport, it really just, in retrospect, I can look back and go, wow, that really was so lucky because um, I can't say it kept me symptom free, but it was very beneficial. Now, that being said, bipolar disorder, in my experience and from what I've read, friends I've spoken with, is, of course, a lifelong, non curable at this point in time or disorder. It also, with each episode that goes untreated, can lead to a more severe episode the next time. Now, don't quote me on that very last statement because that could be wrong. Anyway, I did begin to kind of self-medicate because I started doing kind of weird things, and my friends kind of thought it was funny, but because I never got in trouble or anything, but I did really risky things, and they just weren't, they were a little too risky, and I never got in trouble, and but I did start doing things that were not normal. They were beyond risky. Well, so jump forward, about 10 years, and in my late 20s, I stopped drinking all alcohol, any alcohol, no drugs, of course, and then I had a child, and about 5 years later, in a very bitter divorce, I came unglued, literally, and the disease just came back, only with a vengeance, and it was really scary, and it led to some devastating results because I didn't take the doctor's advice and get on medicine at the time. I tried to self-medicate with recreational medication, drugs, and it was very unsuccessful. Now, it's taken me a while to get to the point where I could understand that it is really a necessity for me to have meds in my life every single day, because I take meds for my thyroid, always, for the last 20 years I have. I take it for my blood pressure, have for 15 years. And the bipolar aspect of, for the rest of my life, it was really daunting, and it was really like, oh, really? It took a while to get to the point where I was going, okay, now my rationale today as I speak to you, it's, well, okay, Christina, you're taking a pill here, a pill there. What's another couple pills? And that's the way I had to kind of, get my judgment and my thinking going. And that's where I am today. So, I am very stable and have been for several years now, but I'm very aware that that I need my medication. I am bipolar 1. When I am not medicated, though sometimes even on medication that hasn't been tweaked yet. When I say tweaked, here's what can happen. So bipolar 1 means that you have 4 or more manic sessions. I believe it's that. Anyway, I have a lot of manic sessions when I am having them. I can have several a day, and serious manic sessions, and then I'm mixed state. So I can be going along and I'm talking, doing, and then the next minute I'm bursting into tears, slamming doors, it's just a really bizarre thing, and it's really the people around me are just they they freak out, and who wouldn't? So, but it's also real tricky to get a diagnosis and a regimen of medication that works, because you'll think you've found the holy grail. Oh, it works, you feel better, you're stable, and then all of a sudden, you get an allergic reaction, or it's tough, to get there. Now, I've been really lucky. I did say at the beginning of my channel, I don't want to talk about medications that work for me, because everyone who has bipolar disorder is unique, and their medication protocol is going to be well, not everyone's is different, but it's all unique.